Hello everyone and welcome to my card art. Always videos to inspire you and help to create something fantastic. I will be using different medias here and introducing some things that you may or may not know of. I am using the 3D Galaxy Gloss and I will be adding it on to the paperwork, and I will be using a glitter mister, which I absolutely adore. It opens up in a diagonal angle. It can be turned, shaken, put upside down. It doesn't come apart. It doesn't get anything out of the bottle unless you want to go ahead and get it out. I'll be demonstrating it soon. So I have this butterfly here that already has a little color that I added on before, and I'm using Catherine Pooler's stamp here to give my butterfly just a little bit of color. This is going to be a little bit shorter video here, but I assure you it'll have a lot of tips in it. I'm using a blender brush, and I will have a link below my site where you can go ahead and buy them at a discounted rate. And here I'm using the same brush and just dabbing it right onto my little butterfly. I wanted to create a very simple effect, and using just a little bit of dabber of an ink on your butterfly here makes it work really well. Here again, I'm using a different color. This one's called Be Mine. It has a very nice gloss to it. It has a very vivid color, so I figured for a butterfly, that'll work really nicely. And I'm just patting it. There's no reason to the rhyme. Just, go with the flow. Put that color wherever you feel like it. That's what I did. Don't forget, stamping, creating art is all about having a great time. It's not to stress you out. That blackjack, I absolutely love. That is so good. It's super dark and it makes fantastic stamping, and I love her stuff. On the antennas, I'm adding a little bit more black, and pretty soon I will be turning it over and actually placing the antenna on the stamp itself, and that'll create a little bit of a darker effect. See right there? I'm just pressing it down. And don't worry about the back of the butterfly. I use scrap paper. That's why it's darker. And then I'm adding in some extra color just for the areas that it doesn't have any. And I'm using my backing of the paper that I have there. That is a 3D foam circle dot that works really well. But the back of it I'm using as a guide so I don't get any of the black on the areas of the butterfly's wings that I didn't want any. See how easy it is? Just use a little scrap paper on the bottom, and I add a little bit of dark on the body. And on my other butterfly, I'm showing you, I already have that the way I want it. I kind of color that in off screen, so I'm not going to add any black to that one. See? Not bad, huh? All right, so the 3D Galaxy Gloss, I don't know if you're familiar with this. This is fantastic. It has a brush. It's a glossy finish. It can be used as a glue. You can use it to add shimmer. You can totally control it. It doesn't dry out on me. I do keep it clean, though. The edges, you'll see I'll keep cleaning the edges when I'm done right before I put the brush back into the bottle. And see, I bumped it over there on the side, so you don't want to put that gluey thing on anything on the bottle because obviously it'll seal your container. But I like it because it creates a very nice shine to your project, and you can have a very controlled way of using it. Plus, if anything goes onto the back of your project, you're able to go ahead and just take it off very easily with a brush. So here, are you ready for the magic? Okay, this is it. I love this little gadget. This is a mister that you can use left-handed, you can use right-handed, you can pump it, and it pumps just enough glitter out where it's not too much and very little waste. And so you could use it upside down, and you can use it with your right hand, left hand, and you can pump it with your thumb. So let's say your fingers are aching. Don't worry about it. Just use the other hand. It comes out just fine. And I'm using a coffee filter to catch any of the extras that may be coming out from the butterfly wings and through the project. See, you could turn it, and it has a little bit of a side angle. It still works. Look at this, all the different ways I'm using it. So I like that stuff. It's wonderful, and I use it quite a bit, by the way. I have different bottles. I have several of them for different glitters, so I don't have to worry about keep on taking them out and putting them back in. So I would say if you buy several of them, just get 5 or 10 of your favorite glitters and use those, and use the bottle, and and make it work. And this way you can enjoy your glitters without having it all over the whole world. I'm brushing off any of the excess, as you could see, all the excess glitter, and this is fine, very fine glitter. I will have a link below who's selling this, and the company that's selling it is Tesla Stamps, and she's a sweetheart, Christine. I know her through a show that I met her, and I love her product. She has a lot of different things, and I'll link the website below. See that where I'm pointing? Okay, that is a clip area that actually this whole little mister part clips into, so it could be secure. But even if you don't secure it, it will not let the mist, it will not let the glitter out. So you can just keep on misting when you want it and not when the bottle is turned upside down or sideways. Hardly any waste. Look at that. It just missed a very fine amount, and I like that because it works. It's called Glitter Mister. And again, I'll link the website below, and you will see where you can get this if you wish. I love it. I'm so happy I found it. It was by accident when we're still going to craft shows, and it's fantastic. So on this one right here, what I'm doing is I'm just adding this 3D gloss on, and this creates a dimension as well. So you can use it as a glue. Like I said, I used it to have the glitter adhere to it, but here I'm just using it as a dimensional purpose. And I wanted to create a little bit of shine to the butterfly, but I'm not being very careful with it, and you'll see with my project, I don't want to have too much glitter and too much shine, just enough. And I have a focus point actually in something different, and you have a hint of it, which are the crosses on the left-hand side that you see right there. But you see with a brush, I can really control where I'm putting the solution on. And if it goes on the back, it's okay. It'll be created as a glue. So it's okay if it goes through finer cuttings on your dies or anything. Here I'm actually putting it over the bottle because if there's any drip off or anything, just in case if I dip the brush too far in, then you can make it go right back into the bottle. So that's another advantage I really like. That brush is great. And I'm turning over my butterfly to get the other side. And as you see, the color has just become richer as you're adding this on. It's a nice gloss, and again with the brush it makes it super nice to use. And you'll see if I have any of it on the back, you can take some of it off and basically put it back into the bottle. And later on you'll see I will be cleaning that bottle off, because as you're seeing right now, I have the butterfly on there, so if any of the glue gets onto the bottle's edge, you don't want to put the cap back on because obviously it'll stick. It's a glue also, so you want to make sure it's nice and clean. And that way your projects will always be more user-friendly, and your items that you're using won't stick so much. See right there? I'm taking it right back out and putting it back into the bottle. And I'm just adding a little bit more. And again, I'm not making the gloss completely filled on the butterfly. I just want to have a little bit on there. Looks a lot, but I actually had some open spaces. And see, I'm cleaning the bottle, so I don't have any problem putting the cap back on later and taking it off. And also I'm twisting it. That's another tip. Turn it, see it's clean, turn, and then open. Turn, open. So you close, open, and you do that a few times, and then that'll assure that your bottle will not stick. And this is a pretty good practice for anything with glue. Gluey bottles, things like that. I have my coffee filter right there, and little klutzy, trying to pick up the butterflies so I can put them on the side to continue with this project. So here it is. I have these two crosses that I cut out, and I believe those crosses were from Spellbinders. I've cut them out a long time ago. And there's my card base and the recycled envelope that I will be using. And the envelope, it's just a little bit larger, so I'm not really making my project too big. It'll fit just right in there. And then I had a scrap piece of paper, and I decided this would be a really good background to use. And a Christmas ribbon, but we're not making a Christmas card. This is another tip from me to you, how you can use different things that are meant for a different holiday and transform them. See how it has wire? I like to use ribbons with wire. I have more control over them when I adhere them onto the paper. See, you can put it in different ways. I'm just demonstrating sideways, long ways, whatever way you want to. And you can slide it over. This pattern repeats. And I really, really like this ribbon. It's actually a really nice ribbon. And that's the paper. It's from Paper Studio. And Flowers Photo. And it was just a scrap piece of paper that I had from another project. And here is my good old-fashioned, wonderful double-sided tape that I use quite a bit. You guys know that. You see me constantly use this tape. I like it because it has a very strong hold. I like double-sided tape. I can just cut different pieces off, and I like these real thick ones because I can alter them. But sometimes the really thin ones are perfect for tiny little projects. So, use the kind of tape that you enjoy. I do use the double-sided tape on ribbons because it adheres to them a lot better. The glue seems to go through the ribbon and it becomes a hot mess. I don't like it. I use tape. I'm cutting a couple of pieces off so I can adhere the tape to the edge of the paper on the back side. You can use the tape on the front as well underneath the ribbon, but I didn't do it this time. I just did it on the back. It's enough for this project. Cutting some extra pieces and dropping them. You guys know I get klutzy. And I'm actually holding them on my ring just because it's a lot easier for me to take off later. And since the back side of the tape does not stick, you can layer them together and still be able to use it. And of course, here I'm trying to pick up the tape that is so nice and strong, and as you know, it won't work for me. So I actually use my scissor to go ahead and pick it back up, the tip of the scissor, but don't poke yourself when you do that, please. See how easy it is? Comes right up. And then doing the same thing on the other side. You want to rub it down a little bit so it sticks really well to your project, and pick it right back up. And now I'm just making sure I'm lining it all up. And don't forget, this ribbon on the edges has that wire. So bending it and twisting it and turning it and adhering it to your paper makes it a lot easier. It is easier for me, at least. See, I'm already klutzy trying to figure out, put this here, put that there. My videos are very real, so I craft like this. I mean, some people can craft amazingly organized and nothing's out of place. I'm a little bit of a messy crafter, I would say, at times, and at times I can be pretty clear and clean with things, but hey, that's how I do it. So I create my videos very realistically. I figure you guys might be the same way. Okay, so you see how I folded this over? That tape will hold really well this ribbon and my finger. And I'm just double checking to make sure it's still where I want it and I didn't accidentally move it. And with the wiring, it actually helps to press the position of the tape where I would like it. Just like that. See? Now there's extra ribbon. I'm just cutting it off. I didn't see a need to keep it on the paper. You can, you don't have to. It's a nice ribbon. I might, use it for something else, knowing me. I might end up using, that ribbon for a smaller project for something different. And because the ribbon is so pretty on both sides, one has the glitter effect, the other one doesn't, I can actually turn it over and use it the other way. I'm adding some more tape because obviously if I'm going to be taping the card down where the ribbon is, it's not going to adhere to my card base. So I'm just adding a little extra tape. See, that's what it looks like. And again, it's not going to be a Christmas card, so nay, it's going to be something different. I'm checking my card base to make sure I'm not, gluing this on upside down, which I've done that before. Yeah, that's not a good idea because then you have to do something else and fix it. So it is opening correctly. See, look how pretty even that side is. That's the wrong side on that. That ribbon is pretty for me. Okay, you see the holly? Okay, so we're going to cover that up. I am not leaving it as such. It is not a Christmas card. Again, repeat. We're reusing the ribbon for something completely that it wasn't intended for. I like to do stuff like that. I don't know, it just makes it more interesting for me to create things and come up with ideas that, that I come up with. And some of them are a little goofy. Some might work, some might not, but it doesn't matter. It's for enjoyment. And that's all that matters. I enjoy crafting. And so anything that I make, it's basically to relax and have fun, and I don't stress myself out. So if I make an error, oh well, I'm doing it to relax. I'm not doing it to be a perfectionist. I don't sell anything. I am just doing these for fun for the video here. I do have people that have bought my cards before or request specialties, but these videos are not meant for that. I'm just sharing my tips. And by the way, if you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification button. That's that bell, that ringing thing, the bell on the right-hand side. And that way, if I make a new video, and I will be making if and when, it's more of a when, when I will be making a new video, you guys get to be notified and you can check it out. And of course, you know, I always love your comments, so please leave some comments if you wish to see something, and if I can make it, I'd be certainly happy to do so. All my videos are filled with tricks and tips and hacks and, you know, how to fix mistakes that I make. So it is in a very real way. See, again, the tip on the scissor is perfect, and I'm using it to lift the backside of the tape. You can use, as I mentioned, anything that's a little bit more pointy. Doesn't have to be your scissors, but again, you know, warning, use it properly, don't stab yourself. Have I stabbed myself accidentally? Sure. You guys know when you craft, you get hurt. So it happened. And now I'm adhering the project right onto my card base. And I have that little flower that I made before. And here are the two butterflies. I like to sometimes just make different embellishments and then use them, you know, keep them in separate containers. That way, if I want to use something, I don't have to, you know, unpack my entire crafting stash. This is a cute little flower. I will have a link below who makes this. I don't remember offhand who made it. And I don't want to say it wrong on the video here, but I will have a link below as to who made this little flower. It's two separate sets, one for the bottom part and one for the top part. And so things like that I like to make in advance, and I use different colors just so when I am crafting I can say, I need something else, and then I can go, oh, perfect. I can just, you know, grab this box and this has the flowers or this has the birds or fish, and it makes my crafting experience a lot easier. And that's another tip for you. If you have, you know, a certain item you like, make more of it. Make it in different colors. Make it in just pure white so you can add colors later. And then you always have it handy and you don't have to take out everything and start, you know, making your project stressful because now your entire craft room is trying to fit on your table. So I'm just deciding where to stick it down. It's all about looks and how you feel. And again, all this is about giving you an idea of what I did and how I worked with some of the things that I had. Now here, I'm taking my tape and I'm rolling it up. You see that? It's a very good tip if you would like to glue butterflies on, because a lot of times, you know, you can't really tape the whole back, but you want to make sure it adheres. Well, it's perfect to tape the body of the butterfly. Normally the body is covered up more fully than the wings, so you're able to use that surface area with the double-sided tape so you can go ahead and adhere the butterfly onto your paper. So basically you just take the backing of the double-sided tape and roll it, and that'll create a little bit of a three-dimension effect too, so your project is a tiny bit raised. And also it has the effect of getting that tape where you want it. So if you have hollow areas like on this wing that you see, you know, the two wings here, then you're able to put it where you need it and the tape doesn't show through. I don't like to have, you know, things like that show through, like tape, and, you know, if I'm using a stapler or something, unless it's decorative, I don't want it to show through. I like to hide those, make it look like it's magic, it all stuck on somehow. You know, we all know it's used, you know, with tape or glue, but I just don't want to see it. I have another little flower here that I had, and this is more of a semi-cloth and paper flower, and tape works really well on this. The glue, for some reason, doesn't work as well. The material sucks in the glue, so it becomes really soggy. And then if it's soggy, it goes through your paper, and I don't like to have my project gnarly on the other side and have, you know, funky little wrinkles on it. So now I will still have to hide the hollies, which will be super easy. If you would like to see me how I made the video for the antique look on the crosses, please leave me a comment. I'd be happy to show you how I did that. As you can see, the paper is a different color because I just cut it out with some scrap paper I had left, and I really like those crosses. And I'm using this this circle three-dimensional foam, which works fantastic. It comes in different sizes, and you can get it just about at any craft store. And just peel off the backing, and it makes things really nice. You can raise up your project, and since there are different sizes, you can use them accordingly. Here, let me stutter a little more. See that paper? How I made it look gold? I just used a different way of doing it. But if, again, you would like a video on that, let me know. So I created that blue turquoise paper and made it look antique. I am adhering the cross, and again with the tape. Again, I don't recommend glue for ribbons for the previous reasons I mentioned earlier, but the tape works well. And also I like to keep things in a way when I do something to make that card last. You know, I don't want to go ahead and make a card and it falls apart in a month or something because the tape gave out, or I used some cheap product and it fell apart. I don't like to do that. I really like to make my cards lasting, and I've made cards 10, 15 years ago and they're still together and they haven't fallen apart, so that's how I like it. See what I just did? I covered up that holly. It's no longer a Christmas card. There it is. See how simple that is? And unless somebody knows that ribbon, nobody will know that that was a Christmas card. Excuse me, Christmas ribbon. No one will know that that was a Christmas ribbon. So you can create something that it was not meant to be. Just let your imaginations go wild. I'm adding that embellishment on there. Kind of felt the middle of the cross needed something extra. And those you just peel off. They already have glue on them. I bought those. And see how cool that looks? I like that look. It just kind of created something kind of happy, something a little different. It's almost like a somewhat of a steampunk effect, but not as dark as the steampunk creations go. I like to make steampunk cards too. I might just do a video on that one, you guys. If you want to see it, let me know. So if you like steampunk, let me know. I can do those as well. I can make one of those. Again, just reiterating the products I have used here to help you out in case you would like to use the same things. And, you know, if you don't have butterflies at home, use something different. If you don't have that ribbon, use something else. It's all about what you have at home and what you can use. Scrapbookusaca.com is the one where you buy that galaxy gloss from if you want it, and the glitter mister. My friend Christina has those. As a tip, again, I'm not selling anything, just helping you out in case you would like to grab one of these wonderful projects. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification button, that wonderful bell, and put a thumbs up if you like my video, and share your comments with me. You know, I always enjoy hearing from you. And thank you. Hugs to everybody, and I hope you guys have a great day. And thanks again for watching, and God bless you guys. Bye.